I've been doing Jyotish for almost 20-25 years, and it's like a passion, but I'm not a practicing professional, so keep that in mind. And I've written like 3-4 books, and I'm also interested in Vedanta and philosophy. I've also done a book on Prashnottara Ratamanika, that is across 63 questions, and those books are there. You can pick it up later for a nominal price. And I get a lot of predictions to my friends and family, friends, and other issues. But let's slowly go through what is Jyotish. And Praveenji selected the topic. He said Vedic Astrology, whether you believe or not, whether it's a belief or a science. So I'll kind of tell you a story, and we'll feed the audience slowly. So let's get to it. So that's the first Ganesha prayer. Vakratunda Mahakaya Kodisuriya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarva Kareshu Sarva. Disclaimer 1, I'm not an advisor, I'm not a Swami, so I don't have any tricks on my sleeves. Not a professional Jyotishi, so you guys are clear. But I do help friends and family when they're in need. And the other important thing, I'm not seeking any business relationship with anyone, just to be sure for the record I'm stating it. At the time of advice, everybody acts like there are some big rishis, but when it comes to implementation stage, everybody has some limitations, some vasanas they bring in their life, and all that. So that's what one of the gurus that I follow is, he keeps repeating that. That is Paropadesha Veram Sarve Gasa Parashraha. But Swanushtana Same Muniyopina Panditaha. So that's kind of well known to everybody. So at time of giving advice, everybody acts like Parashara or Vyasa. But when it comes to implementation, there's a gap. These are some of my teachers. I met a lot of them, but I'm not, meaning I don't have them as my guru or a photo. I don't like daily consult them or anything like that. Some of them are from Andhra there, and Swami Harshananda is a Ramakrishna Math Bengaluru. I've not met him, but I use a lot of his pravachans for Srimad Bhagavatam. He seems to have some knowledge of Jyotish. He's also a big proponent of Jyotish, I think. And Sri Padmakar Vadivarti is also a very good Jyotishi, Purana master, Vedanta master. Some of the other ones, they just do exclusively Puranas and Vedantas. And the top 4 they're all famous astrologers from Bangalore, from all over the world, all over India. Especially that Sri K. Raji, he is very well known in Delhi and throughout India. And also late Sri D.V. Raman, and most of you have heard his name. He was a well-known astrologer who predicted the Second World War also. So I did write a lot in advance, but I also made some predictions like Tiger Woods and all that. He would win trophies outside of US, which he did in Dubai, I think in 2006 or something. And then I talked a little bit of Angelina Jolie, and some of them are astro portraits, because we have something called an astro data bank where we get the accurate birth data, which is rated as A, C, D, and all that. D is dirty data. So if somebody's chart is there, somebody's birth time place is there, if it's D, then that birth data is under, it's dirty data. We don't know what time of the day they are born. We know most of the time we know what time of the, say what place and date and all that. But for example, Hillary Clinton, we have no idea if she's born at 2:45 a.m. or 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. A lot of astrologers, including me, struggle with her chart. And Donald Trump has an AA chart. So keep that in mind. So we have something called Astro Data Bank with 20,000 charts. When I say charts, is the birth data. You can catch that in the horoscope, in the software using either do it like a Western or a Jyotish. So I do exclusively Jyotish, and we have Navagrahas, only 9. We don't do Neptune, we don't do Uranus, we don't do Pluto in Jyotish. That's Hindu Jyotish Shastra. So this is one of the books I wrote recently. This has 60 horoscopes, but I wanted to give a background of all the dharma, karma, and how the product of the karma interacts with your birth time, and what is birth time, all that is explained in this book. Did a lot of work on this. There are 60 horoscopes in this, and I have some copies. You can take a look at that later on. And I did, so many people ask this really tough question, like how do some sane people do a mistake and then they commit such a huge blunder? So we say that in Prarabdha karma, the past life events play out, but how does that get activated in this life? So if you think along those lines, you get the answer in Puranas. So Sri Devi Bhagavatam has some exact things called Buddhi Karmanusarane. Like Lord Indra, he was like powerful man, high ego. He does a stupid mistake. He doesn't get up when Guru walks into the what do you call, the king's darbar or whatever you call that. So that's called Buddhi Karmanusarane. These are all tough concepts that you might be thinking, what happens to this guy? He was so good, he just made this stupid mistake and then he's gone. So a lot of those things you get answers in Purana. But how that plays out in real life is explained by Jyotish. You see the link between karma and Jyotish. So that's what I try to explain in this book. And this is another book I researched almost like 6-7 years for this. And Mr. Chaganti, Sri Chaganti Koteshwar has given like 17 questions. And I wrote all the 63 questions, commentary for all the 63 questions. This is based on Adi Shankaracharya's Prashnottara Ratnamalika. So it is like not like a stotra or not like a treatise on Vedanta or some real complex thing. Question in Sanskrit, answer in Sanskrit. That is for 63 questions. Very simple, you see some amazing answers in that. You discover that is there a question like that, even there's an answer like that. These are made to print. If you put an order in Amazon, they'll print it and send it to you. So I have nothing to lose if I don't sell this also, just to be clear. And this is another one I wrote. This D-Day, the Second World War, most of you heard about this D-Day, right? Yeah. Yes, good. Actually, the time of attack by the Britishers and the Americans were picked on Monday. But it was a full moon the next day. But due to some weather condition, they picked on, it happened on June 6th, which is a Tuesday. So, and it was picked exactly at the Normandy beach to attack at 6:30. So they left around like 2 o'clock or 1 a.m. in boats, and they came to this France and they attacked the German forces in a roundabout way. It's a fascinating read. There's a lot of movies made on that. I analyzed that particular crossover. Small book, and this one is like one of the ideas when I was like came to this country in 91. I was looking at Michael Jordan and everything. So we had a lot of difficulty in this chart because initially it was given as 1040 name, but later on somebody 2013 or 2014 his birth certificate was found. It was auctioned. Finally discovered that he was born on like 140 or something. So he's a totally different ascendant we get. Ascendant is Lagna in Jyotish. So we get a totally different ascendant. It's a Gemini Lagna, Mithuna Lagna. So I discussed that. Now, okay. So this is where I'll peel the orange for Jyotish for you guys, and I'm going to give you 4 stories. 4 stories or 4 narratives, whatever you call that. Okay. So if you guys give me, so this was basically example 1 or narrative 1. So I was interacting with this particular non-profit organization head. Then I kept telling him astrology works, astrology works. When I say astrology, it's Jyotish, not Western astrology. I kept telling him, he said, I'm not convinced. I said, why don't you test me, give me a chart of a random person, right? So I don't know anything about this person, I'll tell you what's going on in his life. So I catch this chart, I kind of hit the birth data, I can give you privately if any of you guys want. 5 minutes, like that basically if you're an experienced Jyotishi, you know that all you need is 5 minutes to tell a problem. So in this case, I did the chart, the Lagna is, I cover all this basics a little bit towards the second half of the presentation. Lagna is Mesha, and then he's he's running the shop, Puja as Mars, Mangal, they call it in the Sanskrit. So right now, you can directly see that Mangal is the current house, and he transited in November 2013, transited to Vichar. Shani was there, Rahu was there. So I said he has a career problem or an image problem at work, or he doesn't have a project he's struggling. And I wrote a lot of other stuff, history, how I raised, marriage, emotional guy, he has a big issue with his father, all that. More than 90% of that came through. And I'm not getting this guy, but the feedback I got is through this particular non-profit organization had. Just to tell you guys that Jyotish works, I'm giving you these stories. So this is narrative one. If you learn Jyotish, you would be able to do this like maybe after a few years of getting experience and all that. Just like calculus or something, you need a lot of background in calculus. So there's no magic. So we can find this out using Jyotish. So far it's all science, no magic. Chart of Senator McCain, John McCain. So he got injured in Venus Rahu, now he's running Mercury Rahu. In Mercury Rahu he has a big head problem, I mean brain tumor or whatever. So you can see that in Mercury Rahu he has a really bad period going on right now. And this is another chart where there's a lot of headaches to this person. It's happening from a long time, but in Shani Dasha, Saturn, most of you guys know. A lot of headaches. So this person went to emergency 3-4 times, and just painkillers, they threw like antidepressants at him, and they said, okay, take this, you'll be fine. And there was a CT scan, there was a neurology exam, nothing happened. And the Dharmashastra person will say, oh yeah, it's all Purva bad deed, something, your body is suffering, you have to go through it. Doctor will say just manage the pain, neurologist says everything is fine. But the real pain is pain, right? Everybody is going through. Just with blood data. So if I go to a doctor with stomachache, I have 20 reasons for stomachache or 20 reasons for headache. They have to do a lot of diagnosis to arrive at the right treatment, right? But in astrology, you can just say there is an issue at head, looking at 5 minutes. 5 minutes, not English 5 minutes. So we peeled the orange for, now we're kind of giving you four examples, how Jyotish Shastra works, four examples of real people, what their issue. All I need is blood data, and I'll be able to tell 3 out of 4 cases. I'll be able to tell you that what's the issue. So now I kind of go back a little bit and start show this slide. I don't want to bore you with too much of Sanatana Dharma and all that, but in Sanatana Dharma, we have only one thing that all of you know, it's Brahman, and all the information that we have is coming from Vedas. And in Vedas also there is a lot of mention of nakshatras, grahas, Surya, Chandra, and all that. And we believe that nakshatras and grahas are all Ishvara. So both the moving objects and the unmoving objects, both the Jada and the Ajada, is all coming out from Brahman. And we say in Dharma, that Sanatana Dharma, say that there is energy in space. A lot of people ridiculed us long time ago, not anymore. That when we say there is energy in space, the guy, the Westerner or the doubtful guy will ask, show me, do it to me. And we say the rays from the sun that come will melt the ice, so there is energy in space. And Hindus, we pray to the sun as a deity, not as a celestial object. So remember that when you do your Gayatri or when you do your prayer to sun, don't be fooled. We are fooling to the power behind sun. There are thousands of suns in the sky. We know that through astrophysics or astronomy. But we look at the power behind the sun and call it as a devata, and we pray to that devata. And Navagrahas, sun is the main deity, so we pray to the Aditya as a Navagraha. Graha is something that controls. Planet is like a very crude way of saying it. Unfortunately, the translation doesn't really come out clearly. Same thing with Vedic astrology. I prefer to use the term Jyotish, it's like eye of the Vedas. Astrology is an English term. Vedic is like a Sanskrit term. So how can you combine these two and call Vedic astrology? 30, 40 years back, they used to call it as Hindu astrology. And somebody came and said, let's remove the name and put Vedic to make it secular. Okay. So Vedic astrology term itself is a little confusing, but that is like a transaction business term. So I'll not harp on that too much. We can move on. So remember, when we implement philosophy, it becomes a mata, religion, and mata becomes achara, vichara, vyavahara. I think these terms are also there in Hindi. So I'm from Karnataka / my mother tongue is Telugu, so I read and write Kannada, but I speak Telugu. So these terms are also there in Hindi, right? Achara, vichara, and vyavahara. So most of you guys understand the terminology. What is Jyotish Shastra? Is it so it's a Shastra that is not like a science where there is like a Prakata Shastra, which is material science and biology, physics and all that. In Jyotish, we actually do a lot of math. So in math comes under Jyotish Shastra. If you see all the Siddhanta, Surya Siddhanta and all that, it comes under math, algebra, Ganita Shastra. It's there. So, and in Jyotish, we also have 3 divisions. I'll come to that in the next slide. But it's like it's supposed to be like a Guhya Shastra, like a mystical science. So it's science but mystery. So it's like a mystical science because some of the secrets are transferred from generation to generation. Some of it, there's a good amount of meditation involved, maybe they'll get something. But so far what I explained is just simple Jyotish. So Jyotish comes under, not under like a material science, but it comes under a Guhya Shastra. So you can see this particular slokas in Bhagavad Gita 9.1 and 9.2 and also read Srila Prabhupada's translation. But it comes under like a Vijnana or a Guhya Shastra. Vedanta, the ultimate is like the Guhyatama, Guhyatara, Guhyatama. So Vedanta is like even like the ultimate knowledge. So most of us do Vishnu Sahasranama. In that there is a particular shloka called Vedo, Veda Vida Vyengo, Vedango, Veda Vid Kavihi. So in this, if you peel the orange on this particular shloka, you'll see that Vedangos, Vedangas, there are many numbers, 6 in number as you can see. Shiksha, Chandas, Vyakarana, Yutta, Kalpana, Jyotish. Jyotish is the main one, it's the eye of the Veda Purusha. That you call, and there are 18 Puranas that most of us know that Veda wrote, and so if you are implicitly doing, if you're doing Vishnu Sahasranama, you are implicitly believing that Vedanga is also there, it's also part of Vishnu. See, that's the beauty of a thing. Whatever we believe in dharma, it becomes your religion or the way of life, and that becomes your achara. It's Srimad Bhagavatam, but I wanted to prove a point here, or at least make a point here that a lot of people, the Vedanta experts or Vedanta students, I'm a spiritual person, I don't believe in all this religious stuff, I don't believe in astrology. But I believe in Vedanta. Or they're studying Vedanta students, but to be fashionable, to be secular, they say, I don't believe in astrology, that's it. Okay, have you studied astrology? Have you studied Jyotish? When I say astrology, Jyotish, okay? Have you studied Jyotish? Can you make that claim? So how can you make a claim without going through Jyotish Shastra that you don't believe in Jyotish? So for that, so I found one particular shloka when Prahalada Maharaja, Prahalada when he was a child, later on he becomes a Maharaja, he gets a lot of knowledge from Narada when he's in the womb. And then he is teaching that to his students. And his students, so he makes this particular great statement in Srimad Bhagavatam. So a geologist knows how to find the ore and how to extract the gold from that. So in a similar way, a Vedanta guru who has seen or who has Tattva Dashina, who has seen that concept of God or who experienced the god, he will be able to tell you whether God is there or not. So in a similar way, only a person who studied Jyotish will say Jyotish works or not. Jyotish is like a science, but the art of interpretation is limited to your capability. So all the calculations, all the lagnas, all the different dasha, bhukti and all that is science. It's given in this book. Gargacharya, Srimad Bhagavatam times, he was the family priest for Sri Krishna, Nanda Maharaj. And this one is written by Varahamihira, great person in, I don't know, 5th century or something, I don't know the exact date. And Brihat Parashara is father of Veda Vyasa. And this is Chandrasekhara Saraswati. He has written exclusively a book called Hindu Dharma. I think in English they call it the Vedas. But this is a free PDF available. And you can go and see that book, what he writes about Vedanga Jyotish. Brilliant write-up on this. And you can see we got some text from Narada Jyotisha. This is in Kannada. So these are all Sanskrit shlokas or Sanskrit things that we got from sages, and we have translated, most of the translations are available in English now, and we are able to use that and understand how deep they had gone before. So in Jyotish we have 3 main things. One is Siddhanta, the one is Hora, the third one is Samhita. Siddhanta is like pure mathematics, astrophysics and all that. Hora is where you calculate the time to start a yagna or a muhurta shastra. From that we derived all the Jyotish rules for individual horoscope. So most of the times when the people say individual horoscope, oh this prediction is wrong, he doesn't know anything, he recommended this remedy, it doesn't work. So that is the individual horoscope, Hora Shastra we are referring to, which is very, very difficult because there is an element of interpretation, element how good the astrologer here is, how good his intuition is, how much experience he has. It depends on all that. That is the Hora Shastra. And Samhita is also weather events and all that. So in Jyotish we have many Ganita Shastra, Hora. Hora is the toughest part because you are directly trying to decipher the prarabdha karma of a person and tell this is going to happen, this is not going to happen, do this remedy, do that. So far we have seen that Hora is the most difficult, it's an art of interpretation, but all the rules are given in text as a science. All the calculations that we do of the celestial objects is based on Vedika Shastra astronomy. That you can do using a program now, but even now they do use Panchangas, they calculate various Rahu, Ketu, various Shukra, various Shani, various Guru in the sky, in the night sky. And those are celestial objects, but we consider them as Navagrahas. They are the controlling deities for Kala. Kala is time. Time is the one that gives you results of your karma. So Kala, the Devata, is Navagrahas. And Navagrahas give the results of your karma. So before these Navagrahas became Navagrahas, because these Shukracharya, Buddha, all these people went to Kashi, did a Lingarchana, and then become Grahas later. Before that, they were just celestial objects. And who was controlling the karma?
Vishnu.
Correct. So the three, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they were controlling giving the results of karma. So think that these Navagrahas are kind of outsourced, the god got tired or whatever, just a cliche, okay, don't take me literally. So he outsourced his business of karma, giving karma results to deities, and deities give the karma as in the form of time. But who's doing the karma? It's your own individual body, right? And so whatever we did in previous life or last week or 5 years back, I'm facing that now. There is, so what you call as bhagya or dhaivam, luck, fate, use these terms many times, like use the term, a lot of people use the term fate in UK. Oh, it's fated, the stars are aligned. Even recently that one of those, the royal guy or whatever, he used the word, oh, the planets are assigned. Planets are aligned, so I got engaged or something like that. You can go look it up. So these are all like equivalent words, bhagya, luck, fate. They're all decided by you. There's no God sitting in the sky and trying to say, you know, you did this last year, I'm going to punish you. It's all decided by you. Your own karmas are deciding this. And where some of the things that research keeps going is Desha Kala Sthiti has changed. So when Parashara wrote that this combination is bad for marriage, now it means that it's bad for marriage means the wife will not die, the husband will not die, it could be divorced. So those things have changed. So based on Desha Kala Sthiti, you need to adjust your the particular sutra that you're studying in Brihad Parashara Shastra. So I think I touched briefly on this. I just want to say that the new year, according to our Shastras, is Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, that is Ugadi, usually in May, March 1st week or April 1st week, and it is based on a lunar calendar. There is a solar lunar calendar, mix up and match up and all that. That's like advanced Ganita Shastra, astrophysics and all that. We Hindus have gone way beyond that long time before even the Westerners came to that zone. But most of the Vedic festivals that we celebrate in India is based on lunar calendars. We don't fix December 25th and just do that every year. That is only in the Western calendar, which is called the Gregorian calendar. But we like for Ramanavami is Navami in the Chaitra Masa. That comes based on your lunar calendar that Hindus follow. But we also follow the commercial calendar or the Gregorian calendar. So for example, even the Good Friday is not the same Friday because it's a Jewish calendar. I think some of it is lunar based. So these things you should keep in mind. And Adi Shankara was born on Vaishakha Masa, Shuddha Panchami. So that will be like May 3rd or May 10th or May 6th or May 15th. And some people say my Guruji's birthday is today and it also coincides with Adi Shankara's let's celebrate. You can't match Western with lunar Hindu calendar. So no. Okay, so and then we celebrate the Independence Day on 15th every day, but if you look at the actual Tithi, that comes into be different year. So this most of these you may not be paying attention, but this is clearly explained in basics of Jyotish, the calendar system, the Panchama and all that you will clearly know. If you don't have a copy, its PDF is free, everything is free these days on the internet. You read this book, especially read the chapter on outwitting the stars. So there, Paramahansa Yogananda, actually he took a samadhi here in Los Angeles area. He talks about outwitting the stars, in that his guru was a great Vedic astrologer, Jyotish Shastra expert, Sri Yukteswar Giriji. I don't know how many of you heard his term. Most of you must have heard, but he was a great Jyotish Shastrajna, Vedanta expert, great researcher. He's lucky that Paramahansa Yogananda got him as guru, and Paramahansa Yogananda's horoscope we have it. All of us have it. He has a Leo Lagna, that is Simha Lagna, with a lot of planets in 8th house, loaded chart in 8th, so no marriage, a lot of interest in occult sciences. So he was going through a bad period, and how Yukteswarji comes and helps him living in a bangle, and how he goes through the difficulty. Yet he had to face his prarabdha karma. It's not totally nullified, but this talks about a lot about outwitting the stars. Eventually, prarabdha karma cannot be nullified. But there's so much of self-control or self-will you can do. Like today, I can go to LA now, I can stop this and move on. But there's a lot of free will. So people think that Hindus are fatalists, meaning everything is fated in your life, you cannot change. That's an absolute nonsense. I have a lot of slides, you can see that. When everything is fated, then you can just say, food will come to your table. Let me see how food will come to your table. Right? So it doesn't happen. So you have to put in your effort, self-effort and all that is explained in many of the Puranas. In fact, Sri Devi Bhagavatam explains that really well. Srimad Bhagavatam explains. we see it. So the drivers of the world, and I say drivers of the world, the entrepreneurs of the world, they have this Lagna lords in very favorable houses, 11th, 3rd, 4th, 10th. For them, work is like worship. They drive the entire research of the world. They invent new things. Their horoscopes are very strong. So they use their field so much to make a difference in the world. So that is also, we can see that in the horoscopes. So read this chapter if you have a chance, really nice. He explains in very easy way how a person is born, what happens and all that. And now I just want to give you a flavor of the celestial objects and what we see in Jyotish, how it is true. This is like a 3D picture. You can see sun as yellow there. And you guys can see it, okay, right? So the Mercury is there, and this is November 28. I just took a 3D picture of one particular program. Sun is in the middle, and Mercury and Earth are also shown. And I kind of zoomed out, and then got Saturn also there. AU is like a unit of measure in space terms, like a really high number. I don't know what the number is. You can Google it and see. It's like a unit of distance. So in this particular case, you can see Shani and Buddha, Saturn and Mercury aligned. So when this happens, you can say that in Jyotish, you can say that Shani and Buddha are conjunct, yuti. Okay? So when I cast the chart for this particular time, you will see that SA and ME, that is Shani and Mercury, or in Mula Nakshatra in Dhanu Rashi. All this is science. You got me right? All this is science. There's no magic, right? So whatever we see in the night sky is showing in zodiac form, 12 zodiac signs, and we have 27 nakshatras. So I can clearly say, look, Shani and Mercury are conjunct now. If they are on the opposite side of the Earth, it will be a 1-7 position, but right now they are together in one plane. For an observer looking from the Earth, Shani is far away, Mercury is here, and you can see it's in the same line, it's conjunct. So Shani will have an influence on Buddha because of the celestial attraction, gravity. This is called Dharana Shakti, which we knew long time ago. And we knew Earth was also a Bhugola, sphere, not flat. November 13th, you could have seen some popular articles that we could see Venus and Guru, Venus and Jupiter in the night sky, in the early dawn hours. The same deal, you can see how they are aligned. And if you cast the chart, you know that sign rising was Libra, JU and VU are together. It's like Jupiter and Venus are together. You can see that. So all this is science, Shastra, Ganita, astronomy. And ecliptic, we knew this, the Rishis knew about this ecliptic, the obliquity of the Earth axis is tilted, and we knew all this. It's called Ayanamsha. I don't know, it's like 23.5 degrees, so we have to do Sayana, Nilayana, tropical zodiac, sidereal zodiac. All this you learn in astrology if you are interested. This is all physics, astrophysics. No Maya, nothing, no magic. Bhagavad Gita, like understand 2-3 shlokas before that, after that. Everybody thinks I am the doer, but actually it's the gunas making you work. Prakriti kriya mayani gunahi karmani sarvasha. Everybody thinks, but ahankara vimuda atma kartarma, he thinks he is doing the work. Actually it's the gunas driving the deha, indriya and manas. So I gave 3 sattva, rajas, tamas, and they are the ones who are doing the karma, but it is the body who are doing that. But this is a little bit of advanced karma theory and all that, but I'll briefly, I just want to touch upon that. And this one is how all these come together, the mind, intellect, the action. We have 4 channels, the results. We have 3 kinds of results. One is the seed stage, the growth stage, and the fruition stage. I was doing a lot of research on Shiva Purana, and I got a lot of little things, and I put that in a slide form. So the fruition stage is called Prarabdha Karma. So remember, when you put you add something, there is a result. But if it is gone to the fruition stage, it's like a mango fruit. You cannot change anything, you need to eat the fruit. But if it's in a growth stage, you can put fertilizer, you can change, you can cut some branches, make it straight, all that, right? our life is also like that. The karmas that are still in the earlier stage, you can rectify it, change it, but if it goes to the fruition stage, you cannot change it. Bhogamsha it's called. You have to go through it. The mukti has to be had. And nobody is giving the results for this. There is no deity sitting in the sky and telling you, you did this, I'm going to punish you. It's your own karmas giving you the results. Everybody thinks this, like we are so fearful of God. There is no God sitting in the sky giving you the results of your karmas. It's your own sukruta, what you did. Whether dushkruta or sukruta you did earlier. Time frame is very difficult to name because I'm not a rishi. Gargacharya probably knew, I mean not probably, he knew Gargacharya. And Parashara knew how to read the results from previous life in this. There are also tips. But right now we're reading only the effect, not the cause. See, the effect is you're going through a difficult health issue, you're going through a job loss, that's the effect. But why is something that's very, very difficult to answer. I'm sure there are some people, Swamis in India, who can answer that, but I cannot answer. I cannot say you did this in your previous life. I don't have that skill. It's not, it's beyond science. It is Divya Shastra, it is like super science. So anyway, so for humans to endure this bhukti, which is the bhogamsha, okay, which is the fruition stage, we have three options: worship of gods, charity and tapas. Charity is like dana, tapas is like meditation or penance, you can do ekadashi, you can do other stuff. So it will really, really nullify the effects to a large extent. If you believe in this, I 100% believe in this, that's why I put in this slide. So for somebody to go through this anubhava, the fruition stage, you need to do these three things to reduce its bad effect. But how we react to our destiny can be three ways. That is willfully, grudgingly or impartially. So remember, these three are three different things. So you can willfully go through it. Like Ekadashi is a form of willful, you're putting your body in pain because you're not feeding it for a day. Ekadashi, many of you know, right? Yeah. Good, good. Everybody or some of you? Okay, Ekadashi is every 11th phase of the moon, you do vrat, meaning you don't eat. You do Vishnu Bhajan or Shiva Bhajan, whatever. So you willfully putting the body under so much pain because you're going through one of those austerities. Okay, so we can go through three ways: willfully, grudgingly, or impartially. So Bhagavad Gita talks a lot about going through this life impartially. A lot of slokas in Bhagavad Gita that says Shitosna Sukha Dukkeshu and all this. You have a lot of those slokas, you can go through it. And so impartially is what Bhagavad Gita recommends. Willfully is like you're putting your body so that your prarabdha karma reduces. So if you go to gym and work out 3 hours and really work hard and you're putting your body through pain, it's a great thing. Trust me, it's like Ekadashi, you're putting your body through a lot of pain. So willfully you're liquidating your karma. And this one is explained, this particular sloka is quoted by many people, that Gargacharya, and I told you, right? This is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Nanda Maharaj made this statement to, just to give you, there are some slokas and Puranas also related to astrology. I'm just quoting this. You can do further research or just use that later. And Sridhara Swami, he was a great, I think, Advaita Vedanta in 16th, 17th century in Maharashtra, Gujarat. So he has given the exact name how Jyotish Shastra is derived. The name itself has come. So it's like illuminating knowledge. And when you need a light in a dark room to candle or something to show the light, that's so the Jyotish Shastra gives a light on the karmas of your past and all that. So this is just the examples of the name Jyotish, how it has come to us. We don't know who is a Hindu, so I just have this slide, not offending anybody, just like a Hindu is somebody who believes there is something superior, that is God, Ishvara, Brahman, whatever they call that, and we believe that karma phala is there. So whatever you do is, you'll see some results someday. Timing is uncertain, it's hard to determine when things will come, and believes that Punarjanma is there. So because unless you extinguish your karma phala, there is no mukti. How in the horoscope you can see the different planets, different gunas. That gochara is the transit of planets. See, at the birth time, the planets are in one position, but in the zodiac, it's constantly moving, right? Those things trigger some events in your life, and that can be read using gochara and the running dasha and mukti. So dasha and mukti is a dasha of a major planet, which is the total 9 planets is divided in a non-linear fashion to 120 years. So this is all given in Parashara or Shastra, many textbooks. You can go through it. Many yogas are given. This yoga is different from the Ashtanga yoga or the yoga asana that you do. So we have a lot of yogas in Jyotish. So like Vedic yoga, Lakshmi yoga, Bandhana yoga, and all this. Many of these things you can derive specific results for specific events. And so a lot of people have this question that will astrologer solve everything? Absolutely, you cannot change your destiny unless you are involved. So I can give a recommendation or a remedy, but it's totally up to you how to use that recommendation or remedy and change your life. I can't, being an astrologer, I'm not able to change many things, but I work really hard one stage of my life, like surrender to Lord Shiva. Things happen if you do that, but for that you need to have faith. So remedies are important. But you need to have some faith, and the person who is giving needs to give you good guidance. So the astrologer that you go to also makes a huge difference. They can misguide you, they can wreak havoc in your head. Right? Shani idhar hai, Shani udhar hai, Ashtam Shani hai. It's very bad period. Go and get some sapphire. Make sure it's pure. Make sure it's Neela. So you go end up spending 3 grand, you wear that, nothing happens. Right? Can you change your destiny by wearing something? Unless it's given by like Yukteswar ji or somebody who knows how to give that, like he gives a bangle to Yogananda. He knows because he studied astrology, and so in my opinion the gemstones don't work. Vishnu Sahasranama, Purusha Sukta, Rudram, fantastic, they work. You need to believe in it. Gemstones is for lazy people, I personally feel like that. Like if you can change your destiny by spending $1,000 at a jewelry shop, coming and wearing it, thinking that all your problems will disappear, then what's the definition of prarabdha karma? It's out the wind, right? You can throw the karma siddhanta, it's done, garbage. You can't do that. It will help you go through that if you know the context. If you go to an astrologer, he gives you a context of why this is happening, you should be careful. The free will help you get additional insurance, additional medical attention, additional stuff you can do in your thing. How to face that karma is in your hands, right? But some things are not in your hand, but how to face your karma is in the reaction is in your hand. You can react or respond. You can help a lot of people by giving them good guidance on education, good guidance on remedies, life events. Many people do stupid things. They are very highly educated, but they do stupid things because they think they have control on that life. But you can go and give them good guidance, like, hey, this is not going to work out. I want you to not go for this alliance when you manage partner. Because there has to be a dosha samya, like if somebody has a bhuja dosha, you need to have equivalent kind of horoscope on the other side, and it's called dosha samya, equivalence of doshas into horoscopes. And they might scare you with some big words. So this has a lot of kalasapa yoga, this has bhuja dosha, this has that. Technically they might be right, but it kind of creates a very fearful image in your head because you're not used to those difficult technical Sanskrit terms. So be careful when you should get guidance from a good person, good astrologer, but if you don't get guidance, those 3 that I earlier told you how to go through your prarabdha is very useful in practical life. You don't even have to go to an astrologer at that point. And I can say that because I'm not a professional astrologer. Okay, this talks about the zodiac, and this has 27 nakshatras, why everybody is born in 108 Navamsha Padas, and 108 is such an important number for us Hindus, Ashtotara and all that, we know that. And this one is our Guru Rao, famous Nani astrologer. This one is the zodiac South Indian format. Again, you can read the results. But these are all the technical details of Jyotish that I just want to show. I give one particular shloka from Bharatiya. This one. The shloka is there. You can see me after. I'll show you exactly. So, Randreshu Ritu Bhavastye Shatru Jete Gavechanaha Roga Yukta Sharirascha Balye Sarpajala Bhayam. So, Roga Yukte, sickness, Balye, childhood, Sarpa, snake, Jala, water, Bhaya, right? These are all terms in Hindi and Sanskrit and Kannada and Telugu, right? So Randreshu Ripu Bhavasya, that's what. So Randra Bhava is 8th Bhava and Ripu is like enemy 6th. So if the 8th Lord is in 6th, you will see these results. Likelihood of seeing these results are there. That's what Parashara is telling us in this sutra. Okay? So let's see if this sutra is applicable. So this sutra is given in this. So there's no magic, no science, right? This is all empirical rules given in sutras. So let's go through this particular example. So this young girl was born in 1985 in France. She died in June 1995. And she has this exact combination. Bali, she died like when she was 12 or 13, right? And she was going through Rahu Dasha. Many of you must have heard Rahu's like snake, and there are a lot of Rahu Ketu temples in India. They do a lot of remedies for Rahu Ketu, Sarpa Dosha and all that. They're all true, but some people might scare you, but it depends how you view that. Some people do the remedies, some people do the stotra, some people do a recitation, which is the best form of remedies, recitation of stotra. You don't have to go to a pilgrimage, you don't have to hire a priest, do these expensive things. There are particular slokas in our Punas. Even you don't even have to read slokas if you're not really familiar with this. You can read a story in a story form in your local Indian language and extract the benefits of these remedies. Unfortunately. So, Lagna, 8th Lord is owner of Taurus. You see the Taurus there? I put 8, number 8 there. Everybody can see that, right? So number 8 owner is Venus. Venus is in 6th because then at the time of birth Venus is in Pisces. So 8 is in Pisces. That condition is fulfilled, right? What Parashara wrote. Now running Dasha is Rahu Dasha, and Rahu is in 7th house, is a Maraka, meaning death inflicting, and this person died because of Sarpa Jala Bhayam. So it could be Sarpa or it could be Jala. It could be drowned in a swimming pool, or she could have taken poison or bit by a snake. Okay? Died after taking antibiotics which had poison mixed in it. This is France, first world country, whatever you call that. There's no snake there in the house. So the boyfriend of the somebody who she was staying, he mixed poison and antibiotics, trying to give it to the girlfriend, trying to kill her. But antibiotics actually was for this girl. She died taking that. So look at the transit, how Rahu Dasha, how our 1-7 axis is really bad. So these are all transits. So birth time is different. Dasha running is Rahu, which is known for snakes. And she didn't die of snake bite, she died of poison. Equivalence. I bet $100 or whatever. Many people in India, Africa, get young boys, girls, they die of snake bite. That's true, right? Most of them. Even now, right? In village side and all that, they have this combination, right? Give me the horoscope, I'll tell you exactly. So the beauty of Astro Data Bank is that we have all these AAA rated charts. This is a AAA rated chart, sorry, AA rated chart. Not AAA, AA rated chart meaning accurate birth data we have. From birth certificates, within minutes is accurate. So that's why I'm able to confidently say that this particular thing. So rubber meets the road. We verified one sloka from Parashara and it works. There's no magic. So Jyotish Shastra is science up to a point. After that is how you interpret your natal chart. Horashastra is the most difficult. Siddhanta is algebra, Ganita Shastra, astrophysics, Horashastra, weather events, all that. And Horashastra is the individual horoscopy, is very, very tough. But there are a lot of people practicing in India, in US, Hindus who have learned this, either through a guru or through self-effort, and it works. It's totally up to you whether you want to use it in your life. It's up to you. Or you can just go through the Shiva Purana slide I told. You don't need to see an astrologer. Face your karmas the way you want, willfully, grudgingly, or impartially. And do your daily prayer. No need of anybody.